He transferred to the most prestigious prep school in America, an institution with over a century of history. The opening ceremony was as solemn as a church service. Most students came from elite families, dressed in immaculate suits with perfectly styled hair. Only when they returned to the dormitory did the smiles come back to their faces. Someone started talking about the new student. Todd heard them but said nothing. Fortunately, his classmates weren't bad kids. Nobody wanted to bully him, and they all came by his room to chat. But when they learned about Todd's background, excitement rippled through the group. His brother was practically famous. Not only had he been class valedictorian, but he'd also been named a National Merit Scholar. Todd showed no reaction. After all, for as long as he could remember, everyone who met him brought up his brother. From his parents to relatives, from classmates to teachers, everyone seemed to expect him to become just as accomplished. After hearing it for so many years, he'd grown numb to it, an inevitable result of living in someone else's shadow. He kept both a watch and a clock to double-check the time, terrified of being late to class. When the first class began, he took a seat at the very edge of the room. While others brought one book, he brought 5. The school's culture was demanding. Some teachers assigned grueling homework on the very first day. Others made students recite passages over and over. Still others sternly emphasized that their authority was not to be challenged. Most of these teachers had gray hair, had lived through 2 world wars, and believed firmly in discipline and tradition as safe, reliable doctrines. Then this teacher appeared. He was the new poetry instructor, and on the first day of class, he walked in whistling and led everyone out into the hallway. Every student was taller than him, but he didn't seem to care one bit, standing right there among them. He said he didn't like being called sir and would prefer they call him captain, a reference to Whitman's poem. It meant he would only guide them in finding their own direction, not lecture them on what to think. He introduced himself as Keating and mentioned he'd graduated from this very school over a decade ago. He told stories about his own embarrassing moments back then, making the boys laugh. Keating wasn't in any hurry to explain what poetry was. Instead, he had them gaze at the school's wall of honor, photographs of alumni from over 50 years ago. He asked them to look at the light in those young men's eyes, at their vibrant smiles. Then he told them they were all dead now. Using this moment, Keating wanted them to remember one phrase, carpe diem. Because every one of us will someday stop breathing, we must seize the day. That night, Todd wrote, "Seize the day," on a piece of paper. The words stirred something inside him. Maybe he could do something different from before. But when he saw the thick stack of textbooks beside him, he felt foolish for even entertaining the thought. He crumpled up the paper, threw it away, and resigned himself to becoming a good student, just like his brother.